When any object which is near to our eye, suppose this distance is there, and without any stress, our eye or lens can make its image on retina, that distance is called a near distance. That is called a near distance or near point. And this is near point of our eye is 25 centimeter. How much it is? 25 centimeter. Then when about the far distance object, when we are going to speak, that is the infinity distance. Remember, it is a infinity distance. At infinity distance, we can see any object without any stress. Then that is our called the far distance of distinct vision. It's called the far distance distinct vision, and this is your near distance distinct vision. So here you get a definition. The minimum distance of an object from a normal eye at which it is clearly visible without stress on the eye is called as a minimum distance of distinct vision. And the position of the object at this distance is called near point. When we are going to speak about the minimum distance of distinct vision, that time, that point is called near point. And for a normal human eye, that this near point distance is 25 centimeter. Due to that reason, teachers, doctors are always telling you you have to minimum keep your textbook, whatever things, 1 feet away from your eyes, not very close to it. Okay, the furthest distance of an object from a human eye at which is clearly visible without stress on the eye is called furthest distance of the distinct vision, and that point, that position of the object is called the far point of the eye. And for normal human eye, it is a infinity. Remember, it is infinity. Now we have to see about our eyeball, some information given. When we are going to speak about this eyeball, its diameter is near about 2.4 centimeter. Eyeball diameter is there 2.4 centimeter. Suppose this will take the distance, it will be there 2.4 centimeter. And the working of the lens is human eye is extremely important. The lens can change its focal length to adjust and see the objects at different distance in a relaxed state. The focal length of healthy eyes is, see there, focal length of healthy eyes is 2 centimeter. How much focal length of healthy eyes is 2 centimeter, and diameter of the eyeball is 2.4 centimeter, and the other focus of the eye is on the retina. So we know that other focus we are getting on the retina. This is our retina, and here we are getting the one focus and one focus. Suppose here, so like this, we have learned about the focal length, we have learned about the focus, principal focus, center of curvature. These all terms related to our eyes also. Okay, got it everyone? Yes or no? Please tell me, any problem? Now we have to see some questions is mentioned for you, and that is, try to read a book keeping it very far from your eyes. Is it possible to you? If we are keeping our textbook very far from our eyes, then it's not possible to read the whatever written in it. Then if we will take very closer to our eyes, then at that time maybe we can read it, but our eyes in stress. Our eyes will be in stress. Then try to read book keeping at a distance of 25 centimeter from your eyes, and at time which you see the alphabets clearly. Why this happen? So just we have seen that is our eyes, that power of affirmation, they are adjusted, then only we can see, otherwise it's not possible. Now defects of vision and their correction. Now what happened? If normal eye is there, then power of accumulation is working properly. If any person whose desire power of accumulation is what is their adjustment of the focal length is not working properly, that time that person having the distinct vision or defects of vision, we have to correct that. What we have to do? We have to correct that. So how we are going to correct? We know we are using spray. Doctors are telling us, giving some medicines like this. We know it. Yes. But how it's decided, what's the reason behind that, which type of spectacles they are giving us. That's all things are very important. Okay, so now here we are going to see the defects of vision and their correction. Some people cannot see things clearly due to the loss of accommodation power of the lenses or in their eyes. Power of accommodation of lens, what it means is adjustment of focal length according to the distance or where is the object kept. According to the object distance, our lens, which is present in our eye, that is adjusting itself. And this loses due to some reasons. There are so many reasons. It lost due to some loses. So those reasons are there. That reasons are not important. But how we can correct it, that is a very important thing. And because of the defective refraction by the lenses, their vision becomes faint and fuzzy. What is the reason? That's it, defective refraction by the lenses. Okay, suppose our eye is there and it is not going to refract properly. What happened? We have discussed like that our human eye lens is like this biconvex types. And what is it? It's when these light rays are coming from outside, that time they are refracting at one point and they are converging. And suppose due to some reasons, might be your not proper diet, or might be any other accidents or like this, there are reasons behind it that persons are losing their this power of accommodation. So what happened that they are unable to see any object clearly. Okay, sometimes they will see their faint object, that time fuzzy object, that time they will see like this object is their double. Okay, sometimes they will not recognize which type of object present in front of their eyes. So like these problems are happening. It means it's not problems. We are seeing that what's defects of vision, and that visions which are we have to see that. So first one is there given nearsightedness, and second one is given their farsightedness, and third one is their presbyopia. So nearsightedness or myopia is the same. See this, nearsightedness or myopia is the same. In this, what happened? Nearsightedness. Nearsightedness means near point. This person can see objects which are closer to it or near point. But those objects are present at infinity. That person can't recognize, he can't see that object. So due to that reason, this disease is called nearsightedness or myopia. Now here you see here, thereby objects can see clearly here. Suppose those are near objects, that person can see. But those objects are further infinity distance, that person can't see. Then how to correct this? When we have to correct this, from this figure only we are getting it, we have to correct this by concave lens. When those persons having this nearsightedness disease, means the defect of vision, it is not disease, actually it is a defect of vision, and that vision, defect of vision, we can correct by the concave lens. What is the use of concave lens? We know that it's diverging. Concave lens, what's the work of it? It diverts the refracted rays. And what happened actually in this person's eyes with nearsightedness? So his eye lens is not adjusting, it's directly converging. Instead of diverging, when it is directly converging, that time it's not getting their clearly image. So due to that reason, doctors are advising or giving them this concave lens. They are giving the suggestion they have to use the concave lens. Okay. So in this case, the eye can see nearby objects clearly, but the distant objects appear indistinct. Means which are away from that person can't see. Okay. Then this means that the far point of the eye is not at infinity but shifts closer to the eye, and in nearsightedness, the image of distant objects forms in front of the retina. Where it's formed? Front of retina. And actually where it should be happen? It should be on the retina. And when it's creating front of retina, that time that person unable to see it. Okay. So there are two reasons for this defect. The curvature of cornea. Where is the curvature? This is our curvature. If you see this outer side, this is a curvature of retina. Sorry, curvature of cornea. This is our cornea. Cornea is a transparent layer. It is a transparent layer or transparent cover on the eye. Okay. So this transparent layer is its curvature is increases. What happens? Its curvature is increased, and the muscles near the lens cannot relax. It cannot relax. So due to that reason, that converging or power lens remain large as it is. Means what happened? It should be there. Changes. in the cornea, but it's not happening. That lens remains as it is, and then due to that reason, front of retina it can create, and we know that front of retina our eyes can't recognize what objects are present there. It should be on retina only. If it will be not on retina, it's not possible. Okay, so second one, the eyeball elongates. This eyeball, you know this is our eyeball. It elongates. Its size is not normal, and due to that reason also we are feeling that that size is normal, but actually not. So due to that reason, these two reasons are the main reason for nearsightedness. Okay, the curvature of the cornea and the lens, eye lens increases, and second one, the eyeball elongates so that the distance between the lens and retina increases. Now here we are going to see one video. Okay. It's taking a little time. Be connected.
In our previous videos, we studied the structure of a human eye and the propagation of light through it. There we saw that most of the light which enters the eye is refracted by the outer front layer of the eye called the cornea. What does this biconvex lens do then? It refracts light, yes, but its main objective is to make sure that the image is formed on the retina only. By changing its shape, the lens controls the direction of propagation of light. This ability of the lens to change its focal length is defined as the accommodation power of the eye. This is something we've seen in the previous videos. In this video, we will discuss few of the most common eye defects. Let's start with myopia first. It is one of the most common eye defects, and it's also called as nearsightedness. It's a condition of the eye in which the nearby objects are visible clearly, but the distant objects are blurry. How does the light propagate inside a myopic eye? Well, the light from the nearer objects travels in the usual way. It gets focused on the retina only. No problems there. What about the distant objects? First of all, the light rays from a faraway object coming towards the eye are almost parallel to each other. And when these rays enter the eye, they get converged in front of the retina instead of on the retina. This is the reason for blurriness. But what causes the light to converge in front of the retina rather than on the retina? The larger size of the eyeball is one of the reasons which results in this eye defect. Due to the elongated eyeball, the distance between the lens and the retina is more than usual. Because of this larger distance,
you will see here, if it is elongate, so what happened? The distance between retina and the lens, it's increased. And if it is increased due to that reason, so whatever their light rays which are going to incident on this, our cornea or lens, so what happened? They will converge, but where they will converge here? They will not converge on retina. So due to that reason, we are unable to see this image. Getting it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Distance between the two, the image is formed in front. Well, one thing we must note here is that the lens functions in its usual way. It does its work neatly as it's supposed to. The only thing is that the image is formed at a different position. So how do we overcome this eye defect? It can be corrected by using a concave lens. We place a concave lens in front of a myopic eye. Why concave?
Now here myopic eye. Myopic eye means what is here? Those eyes having the defect of the nearsightedness. That eyes are called the myopic eye, remember. Okay?
Lens. We know that the concave lens diverges the light. And these divergent rays fall on the lens at such an angle such that they refract and come together on the retina, not in front of the retina. Okay, so that was...
So understood all of you? Yes or no? Can be corrected by the using spectacles. We know that spectacles. There are so many students having also. So it's the reason behind that not only just defects of these. Their diet is also very important factor on it. Those people are not taking proper diet. Our body should require their vitamin A, and if you don't taking that properly, from which ingredients we are getting that vitamin A? Can you tell me some examples? Anyone knows about it? Vitamin A, from where we are getting it? Anybody knows it?
Leafy vegetables.
Yeah, leafy vegetables. Then some we are getting from,
Carrot, radish.
yeah, carrot, radish. These all things it's very important in our diet, but we people just ignoring it, and due to that reason we are feeling that. And one more thing nowadays, due to this online also, and due to more use of mobiles, laptops, or whatever their screens. So due to that reason, our eyes are so they're losing power of accommodation. So due to that reason, we have to take care of our eyes. And one more thing, one good habit we have to adapt, that after 1 hour minimum, after 1 hour we have to leave the screen for 10 to minimum 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, or minimum you have to change your eye direction between while it is continuously you're working on laptop or mobile. That time in middle you have to look here and there, means your eyes will not get stress. Okay, students, what I've said, getting it? And those students having that habit playing that games and all things, please avoid it. If already you are near about 6 hours present on the front of screen, and then afterwards if you are playing games and other things, then it's not good for your eyes in future. What happened nowadays, we can say, sir, nothing happened, but at once we get the spectacles and its size is increasing, its lens size is increasing day by day. Then okay, like as then grandfather, grandmother, they are having their thicker lens spectacles having there, and might be it will be get you very early in the age of 15-20 only. So due to that reason, take care. Okay, so now we have to see the second thing, that farsightedness or hypermetropia. So nearsightedness or myopia, getting it? There is the same meaning of this, nearsightedness or myopia. Now we are going to learn about the farsightedness and hypermetropia. Nobody will say their farsightedness, farsightedness or hypermetropia. So in this, what happened, that person can see objects which are at infinity. Clearly that person can see, but those objects are very closer to the eye, that person unable to see it. What happened here? What is the reason behind it? That is the reason also same here, but reason is different, that the curvature of cornea, this is our cornea here, and its curvature is cornea, and this our eye lens size decreases. What happened? It decreases. Normally we are feeling that person eye is the same, but it's not the same. It's this happen there. Okay, when doctor is observing under the microscope, they are using that telescope or microscope or the things. So by that optical instrument they are using for checking our eyes, and through that they are observing these only. Okay, they are keeping in front of your eyes some there might be dots, and that all things. Those have visited to doctors, and doctors are telling you, are you able to see or not, and then they are telling you you have to use spectacles or not. Okay, तर एका शब्दात डॉक्टर काय चेक करतात तुमच्या डोळ्यांचे, जे काही तो कॉर्निया आहे तो नॉर्मल आहे की नाही, त्यानंतर तुमची जी आयलेन्स आहे ती नॉर्मल आहे की नाही, आणि ती जर नॉर्मल असेल ते सांगतात काही नाही 0.25 घ्या किंवा निगेटिव्ह नंबर आहे, एकदम जे म्हणतात ना आम्हाला नंबर लागलाय 0.25 किंवा -0.25, हा नंबर नसतो मुळात, तो जस्ट एक काही कालावधीपर्यंत टेम्पररी डिफेक्ट विजन झालेलं असतं, आणि ते आपण जर तो त्याच वेळेस जर स्पेक्ट जर यूज केला तर तो लवकरच आपण त्याला काय करू शकतो, त्यापासून मुक्त पण होऊ शकतो, आपल्याला पुन्हा डिफेक्ट राहणार नाही. परंतु आपण काय करतो, जनरली शायनिंग मारण्याच्या नादात तो चष्मा वापरत जातो, काही जण वापरतच नाही, आणि त्याच्यामुळे काय होतं की नंतर मग हळूहळू स्पेक्टिकलची साईज आणि त्या लेन्सची साईज वाढत जाते. ओके, आज किती प्रकारचे स्पेक्टिकल्स आले, पण ज्या पद्धतीने तुमचे डिफेक्ट ऑफ विजन असतं त्यानुसार तुम्हाला स्पेक्टिकल्सचे जे लेन्सेस असते ते वापरावे लागतात. Okay, glasses असतात ते वापरावे लागतात. Okay, so now here the curvature of the cornea and the eye lens decreases so that the converging power of the lens becomes less, and due to the flattening of eyes, what happened in these? We have seen in myopia what happened, that elongated and here it's flattening. It's what happened? Flattening like this. Okay. So due to flattening, what will happen? Due to flattening eyeball, the distance between your lens and retina decrease. Retina and eye lens distance, suppose this is your lens and this is your retina, and due to flat, what happens? The distance is decreased. This will come like this. And if distance is decreased, then due to that reason, our eye is unable to identify the object which are very closer to it. Okay, so this is the main reason behind it, and this defect can be covered by or corrected by convex lens. Okay, why? Because convex lens, we know that it's convert the reflected rays. When we are using this by convex lens, that time what will happen? Those are coming rays, they will be converged at one on our retina. Okay, generally what we are feeling at our eye and lens, all things are normal, but these effects can occur in our eyes, okay, or lens. Understood everyone? Yes or no? सगळ्यांना समजलंय का?
Yes, sir.
And now, before we can describe hyperopia, let's compare the eyeball to a camera for better understanding. When we take a picture, light after reflecting from an object enters the camera and passes through. First, a transparent glass in front of the aperture of the camera. Then secondly, a lens that helps us in focusing light rays. And lastly, a
So
film.
we are using generally now the camera for capturing the photos, okay, capturing the memories. So what is there present, like as our eye lens only structure is present, if you observe here. So what is this? Suppose this is your transparent glass is here, and this is our like as our eye lens is here, and through it capture the camera on this screen. That is we are seeing by about eyes, it's their retina. Okay.
The light is focused for a clear picture. Eye is somewhat similar, as when we see an object, the light after reflection from that object enters our eye through. Firstly, cornea, the transparent curved part of the eye. Then, secondly, through the crystalline lens that helps us in focusing the light rays. And lastly, the retina, light-sensitive receptor cells in the posterior part of the eyeball, on which light is focused for a clear image. Definition of hyperopia. It is a form of refractive error, inability to refract, bend, focus the light rays properly, in which parallel rays of light, i.e. coming from the distinct object, after entering the eye, are focused behind the retina with accommodation, eye muscles at rest. Key features. This refractive error has three key features. Image is formed behind the retina. In normal people, image has to be focused on the retina for it to be clear.
Now you see about we have seen myopia. Their image is from front of retina, But in hypermetropia, what happened? This is furthest from the retina. It's not on the retina. It is the furthest from the retina. Due to that reason, we are unable to see that. Okay.
Parallel light rays, the rays that only come from objects at 6 meters or beyond, must be used for assessment, as when objects come closer than 6 meters, light rays start to diverge, changing their focus. This is why we place Snellen's chart at 6 meters. Eye must be at rest. Just like a DSLR camera's focusing power can be changed by rotating its zoom lens, eye changes its focusing power by changing the shape of its lens with the help of contraction and relaxation of certain muscles located inside the eyeball. These muscles must be at rest to correctly access the eye's focusing power. This is also the reason why we use cycloplegic or muscle paralyzing drops before estimating the amount of refractive error. Misnomer. Both hyperopia and myopia have abnormal distant vision, i.e., they cannot focus distant objects clearly. But the unique thing about hyperopia is that if these patients increase the power of their lens by contraction of certain intraocular muscles, they can focus the image accurately on their retina. This will result in excessive and continuous use of intraocular ciliary muscles in order to keep the image focused on the retina, resulting in pain. Also, when they try to see and hear objects, their eyes will require even more focusing power. which these muscles can no longer provide, hence causing near objects to become blurry. So, a lot of hyperopic patients, not all, with less degree of hyperopia, will say that they see distant objects clearly, but they have pain or discomfort in their eyes, or their eyes get tired, and also near vision is mostly not that good. Hence, these patients are mistakenly called farsighted. Cause: 1. Curvature. Curvature of cornea or lens is flatter than normal. 2. Axial. Short axial length of eye. 3. Index. Decrease in refractive index, i.e. light bending, focusing power of the lens, e.g. in cortical cataract. 4. Positional. Posterior displacement of lens, e.g. after
If
trauma.
you see here, this lens is not their normal place. Means actually it's not happening like this, but it's they have done their. If you observe it carefully, so what happens? This lens is unable to produce the image on the retina because this power of accumulation here also there decreases. So due to that reason, these things happen. Okay. So everybody understood this? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Those persons have more age. So this power of accumulation decreases due to the age. This presbyopia means what is the third? This is a defect of vision. That is the reason behind that is the age factor. The muscular near the lens lose their ability to change the focal length. Due to the age, what happens? Our eyes, our body parts, they are not working that much properly. So here these effects also happen on our eyes. And its lens, it's unable to change its focal length. So due to that reason, some person can't see their further distance objects or near distance objects also. Okay, the near point of the lens shifts further from the eye, and because of this, people cannot see nearby objects clearly. And sometimes what happens, near sightedness as well as far sightedness, not only near sightedness, that as well as far sightedness, both at a time will be happen. So due to that reason, that person have this defect, and how we can cover this? How we can cover this? That time we have to use their bifocal lens, that is one concave lens and one is the convex lens. So one concave lens and convex lens, it's correct. What is the work of concave lens? To correct the nearsightedness, and convex lens is there correct the farsightedness. Got it, everyone? Yes or no? Any problem here? Presbyopia, this happened due to the disease, means due to the age factor. What is the factor here? Age factor. Second one, what happened that muscles near to the lose their ability to see the object which are very close to it. That we are seeing that nearsightedness. Okay. And due to the age, some persons facing their both problems. One is the nearsightedness, another one is the farsightedness. So both they are facing the problem, and that time it can cover, it can correct by the bifocal length. In that bifocal length, that is the first one is the concave lens and second one is the convex lens. Okay. So concave lens, we know that it's correct the nearsightedness, and convex lens is correct the farsightedness. Got it or not, students? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
ज्यांना समजत नाही पुन्हा एकदा सांगतोय की काय होतं वयामुळे माणसाचं जसं जसं वय होत जातं तेच त्याच्या बॉडी ऑर्गनचे काय होतात जे नॉर्मल फंक्शनिंग ते काय होतं हळूहळू कमी कमी होत जातं. तेच तसंच आपल्या आईच्या बाबतीत पण होतं. परंतु याला जर बघितलं तुमच्या घरात काही आजी आजोबा असतात की ज्यांचं वय अगदी 100 वर्ष उठून गेलं असतं तरी त्यांना क्लिअर दिसत असतं. तर याच्या मागे कारण असते की त्यांचे जे डाएट होतं, त्यांची जी लाईफस्टाईल होतं ते एकदम प्रॉपर होतं. आज आपली लाईफस्टाईल आणि डाएट हे दोन्ही पण डिस्टर्ब झालेले आहेत. आपल्याला जे हायब्रिड फूड्स आपण सध्या खातोय, जे काही खातोय ते सगळं, आणि त्या लोकांचं जे होतं ते नॅचरल होतं, आणि ते नॅचरल असल्यामुळे हायब्रिड मीन्स एअर केमिकल. ओके, केमिकल युक्त जे फ्रुट्स ते आपण खातोय आणि त्याचा परिणाम आपल्या बॉडी वर आणि हेल्थवर होतोय. तर ज्यांचं एज आज 70, 80, 90च्या दरम्यान आहे, ज्या लोकांचं वर्ष 70, 80, 90 वर्ष, अशा लोकांचं त्यांनी एकदम नॅचरल फूड खाल्लं, आणि त्याचबरोबर त्यांचं काय होतं, त्यांचं लाईफस्टाईल एकदम असं दिवसभर काम करणे, रात्री निवांत झोप घेणे, सकाळी लवकर उठणे, हे असं सगळं असल्यामुळं त्यांचे जे आय लेन्स जे पॉवर आहे, पॉवर ऑफ ऑब्झर्वेशन, ती अजिबात डिक्रीज झाली, ती एकदम नॉर्मल राहिली. परंतु आपलं काय होतंय, आपलं लाईफस्टाईल पूर्ण चेंज झाल्यामुळं म्हणजे आपण रात्रीचं जागतो आणि दिवसा झोपतो, अशी कंडिशन झाल्यामुळे खरा प्रॉब्लेम झाला हा. बरोबर नाही? आता त्यावेळेस कामाच्या काही जणांच्या शिफ्ट वेगवेगळे असतात, त्याच्यामुळेही होतं. ओके, ज्यावेळेस आराम पाहिजे त्यावेळेस आराम देत नाहीत आपण, आणि आज आपण सोशल मीडिया वगैरे यांच्या नादाला लागून आपल्या डोळ्यांचं त्याचबरोबर आपल्या हेल्थकडे दुर्लक्ष करतोय. ओके, आपण हा विचार करत नाही सोशल मीडिया आपल्यासाठी, आपण सोशल मीडियासाठी नाही यावं, परंतु आपण त्याच्या इतकं आहारी जातोय सध्या, त्याचा परिणाम आपल्या सगळ्याच बॉडी पार्ट्सवर होतोय. आणि तोच एक परिणाम आपल्याकडे होतोय आईजवर होतोय. आणि बऱ्याच जणांना अगदी एज नसताना सुद्धा, म्हणजे जास्त वय नसताना सुद्धा त्यांना हा प्रेसबायोपियाला फेस करावं लागतं. त्यांना दोन्ही टाईपचे लेन्स यूज करावं लागतात. दॅट इज अ कॉन्केव्ह आणि कॉन्व्हेक्स लेन्स. तर ह्या जर अवॉइड करायचं तर आपले प्रॉपर डाएट आणि प्रॉपर स्लीपिंग आणि आपलं टाइम टेबल जे आहे ते फॉलो करावं लागेल. ओके, सो स्टुडंट्स, एनी प्रॉब्लेम हिअर? Can I wind up the meeting?